I had been sick for quite some time. I had a couple miscarriages. At the time, my doctor had no idea what was going on with me. It was a long, grueling process, but finally they diagnosed me with celiac disease. My first question after the diagnosis was, what about my kids? At the time, I was expecting our fourth child. Everyone kind of poo-pooed it and said, it's no big deal, don't worry about it, it's so rare, the likelihood of your kids ever having celiac disease. Eamon being my fourth child, I knew, as an experienced mother, all of his developmental milestones and when they should occur. Sitting up, tracking, his speech and language, all these little tiny things were all delayed. He would kind of zone out, his eyes would glass over, and he would start to move his mouth as if he was talking, but no words came out. We ran all these different tests on him and everything was inconclusive. They seemed to think at the time that he had seizures, that he had epilepsy. The doctors thought that he should be on this anti-seizure medication, and I remember filling the prescription, bringing it home, and I was so desperate for an answer and I wanted to do something, but I just remember it sat there on the kitchen counter and I looked at it and I'm like, I don't think so. How could I put this beautiful little 4-year-old on anti-seizure medication? I was introduced to Peter when I went to my first celiac support group meeting up in Westchester County. What really struck me was he emphasized how important it was that once you were diagnosed with celiac disease, that you need to test all of your first-degree relatives. I brought Eamon to see him then, and finally, thank God, he was diagnosed. Once Eamon was diagnosed with celiac disease, it was amazing. He just came to life. All of a sudden, he started gaining weight, he became alert, he had just this sparkle in his eye. I just can't even describe it.
I'm one of the star players on my varsity basketball team. I'm doing great in school, and I'm having a great life.
The center, I feel, it's like a saving grace for someone who is at their wit's end and doesn't know what to do or where to go. And I feel like the center is very instrumental in having these young children diagnosed.
When I walk into the center now, I feel at home because this was the place that made me feel better. It got me diagnosed and it changed my life. I feel great.